Where is the line between dreaming and feeling blue? It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I haven't left my room, but the truth is, if I'm honest, I feel stuck here in the middle. Am I one of
Good morning.
those crazy
Hello.
people?
I'm sitting on the gap in the sofa. It's uncomfortable. Good morning. Hello, friends. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. It is Monday, and whew, I don't want to say I'm tired, but I definitely kind of am. So last week I took the week off vlogging. I vlogged at the weekend. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. If this is your first video, that's what happened. Otherwise, hopefully you will have watched the one before if you're a regular viewer. Yeah, I did a cheeky little weekend vlog. It just felt right at the time. And then that meant that I wasn't vlogging or editing from Monday, like till now, basically a week off from vlogging, and it was really good. I had a really good week last week. I got the sample made of my work knit that I've got going on at the moment that I can't show you, and I've only got like a little bit more writing to do. To be fair, it's a very easily written pattern. There's like not multiple sizes, a lot of it's charted. It's easy peasy, so I'm hoping to get that to edit in the next day or two. And yeah, I just spent last week kind of zoning in on that, spending some time with myself. I went for a run on Friday, which was wonderful. And yeah, it just took some time. And I think it was a really, really good idea to take that intentional break. I missed it. It felt a bit strange, but I definitely think it was a good idea. I feel like my brain has kind of rested, rejuvenated. During that week I had so many video ideas for here and on Patreon. I did film a Patreon video last week actually, so there was some filming, but it's like a sit down chatty video for Patreon this month. But yeah, it was good. It was just chill. And then I had such a busy weekend. Really busy weekend. It was my son's birthday last week as well, so that took up a lot of the time. Like birthday prep, actual birthday itself, and then he had his party this weekend. So Saturday was spent making Ferrari themed cupcakes, which went really well. Legit the best cupcakes I've ever made. Like I got the mix like just perfect, and I got the perfect amount in the cupcakes, and the icing wasn't too sweet, and they were just great. I did really well on the cupcakes. Maybe I should apply for Bake Off. But so yeah, Saturday was spent preparing for the birthday party the next day. I went out with my sister on Saturday night for her birthday, and even though I wasn't drinking because I was driving, I still had quite a late night. And then yesterday was a very, very intense day. It was my son's birthday party in the morning. He had a party at the local trampoline park, which was great. It was really, really good. He had so much fun. His mates were all lovely, and they had food there. They had cupcakes. And then I just got to walk away from the mess, which was fantastic. So that was wonderful. And then after that, we then watched the Grand Prix. And then we went off to another party. It was my husband's work party, like end of summer barbecue type thing, and we ended up being there for a good 3-4 hours, and it was really good. It was so much fun. Last year they didn't have one because they did a trip away. The year before Jeff was poorly, so just Ben and P went. So I'd not been to one before, but they had so much for the kids. Multiple bouncy castles. So it's like gladiator, hold onto a thing and bosh each other off the podium thing. Arts and crafts. Like they had a DJ who basically played the entirety of the K-pop Demon Hunters album for penny. It was great. And really, really nice. One of Jeff's mates was also there because he works with Ben. So yeah, it was just really nice. We had a lovely day. It was a bit chilly, but it was sunny, and yeah, lovely stuff over the weekend. But I am pooped. I'm exhausted. I got more than enough sleep last night, but I think I've had a bit of a knock-on effect from Saturday. So my plan today is to just take it easy, recover from a busy weekend. I've got yoga in an hour. Yes, I've got to leave in just under an hour. I'm so excited. I'm really looking forward to yoga. Obviously, last week I was quite nervous about it, a bit anxious, but I've been thinking about it like all week. I'm so excited to go. I'm looking forward to connecting with my body again, moving it and just doing something positive for myself. And yeah, starting the week with that. My voice sounds really deep, doesn't it? A little bit croaky. I don't feel unwell, but maybe I've just done a lot of... Do you know what? I've done a lot of singing recently. Basically, whenever I'm in the car, I'm singing to Sabrina Carpenter at the top of my lungs. So that's probably why I've got a bit of a sore throat. But this week, I'm just going to bring you along with me for a couple of days. Whatever I get up to, I'm hoping on doing a decent amount of knitting. Last week, I finished so many things. I finished my mini sweet shop blanket and the matching cardigan to go with, which I gifted yesterday to some friends at the barbecue, and they loved it. It was so nice. I don't know if I showed you the baby bonnet, so I'll put a picture in. I made 2 baby bonnets, which I've not gifted yet because those people weren't able to make it to the barbecue, but I'm going to send those in with Ben. Finished 2 baby bonnets. I did my sample knit, which is right there. I'm looking at it right now. It's so cute. And did I finish anything else? No, that's about it. But I feel like I got loads finished last week, which felt really, really good. So I'm feeling like I might be in the mood, maybe either for a new cast on or to pick up something else. I do need to do a second sample of my work knit, but this one should be even quicker because it's a smaller size. But I'm thinking about picking up my Elizabeth blouse, which is a petite knit pattern that I started a couple of weeks ago. It's small gauge for me. It's 3.5mm needles. I've done the collar, the yoke, one sleeve. So I've just got body and sleeve to go. And it's just stockinette. It's just one strand. It's really simple. So I think I might work on that this week because I would really, really like to just have it in my wardrobe. I think it's going to be a highly worn thing. But then I am also thinking about recasting on my Augustine's number 4. I've had a little break from it now after the initial errors that I made. Disaster. That was the first version. But I feel like I might be ready. However, there's been a spanner in the works because I've had a design idea and I think I want to use the yarn I was using for that for my design idea. So I'm tempted to get some different yarn for it and maybe go a little bit whiter, because I did mention that I liked the colours that I chose, but initially I would have liked something a little bit whiter and a little less greyish. So I'll keep the mohair, but I might have a little look online and see what I can get to use instead. I might just buy the same yarn, but just in a lighter colour. It was the Drops Soft Tweed, so we'll look into that later. But my battery is flashing and I don't want to sit and chat here for too long because I feel like it's going to be quite a chatty vlog this time probably. But I hope you all had a fabulous week last week and a wonderful weekend, and I'm now just gonna... And my battery ran out, so I am just gonna crack on with my day now. Leaving for yoga in a little while. I'm just going to keep it chill until then because, like I said, I'm super tired and I want my energy for yoga. So I might just sit and do a little bit of knitting. I'm working on a 3rd baby bonnet as well. Forgot to tell you, but for Penny. She requested one as soon as she saw the other ones I was making. And I'm quite close to finishing that one. So I might just work on that for a little while. And yeah, off to yoga, and then I've got to do the food shop. Typical Monday morning stuff. So let's crack on with the day.
You're up in the sky, I'll carry you home, home to the mountaineers. And soon, my friend, you'll see them again, the ones you left behind, the ones you left behind. And I'll sing for you all the way home.
That's an effective straw. Shock, horror, my kitchen is a mess. I think because we were out like all day and most of the evening yesterday, just so behind on just like this, just life admin. I think the kitchen is an excellent representation of where I'm at with life admin at the moment. But I need to put the shopping away. The worst job. No, laundry is the worst job. We all know it to be true. Something I don't something I don't understand. I hate doing this. It's not even difficult, but I still hate it. And let's be honest, I'm only going to put the cold stuff away. I learned something new. If your sauerkraut isn't in the fridge, then it ain't sauerkraut. If it's like just on the shelf, then the good bacteria that makes it so amazing is no longer alive. It's no longer there. It doesn't count. So you have to get it cold from the fridge. So I've got this stuff, which I have had before, and it's blooming delicious. But I also got this super beet kimchi. Now, I've tried kimchi. Why is it spicy? It's too spicy for me. I know I need to learn to like it, but this looks really interesting because I'm also like not that keen on beetroot, like just as it is. I find it really earthy, but I found when the beetroot is fermented or pickled, like I've had beetroot sauerkraut before, I really enjoyed that. So this one is beetroot, red cabbage, carrot, water, apple, spring onion, sea salt, garlic, ginger, chili. That is literally it. So I'm hoping this is good because, gotta be honest, the old gut health hasn't been that fabulous, I don't think. Like, gut health is one of those things, like I was like doing all the things you're supposed to do, but there's no like magical thing that lets you know you've got good health until you start noticing things when it's not so good. I have been basically constantly some form of bloated for the past couple of weeks whilst I've not been focusing on nutrition as much as I normally do. And like I'm waking up a bit bloated. It's not painful, it's not uncomfortable, nothing like that. Not when I like smash a load of sweeteners and I'm like dying. But I've just been aware of like this kind of like bleh feeling and this like, I want to say heavy, but nothing related to my actual weight or anything like that. Just this weighed down, lethargic, bleh feeling. And it is for sure because I have not been consistently exercising. Now I'm coming to learn that my, like the energy and the happiness and the goodness I felt about myself for the first half of this year was coming from the consistently exercising. It didn't really matter what that exercise was. It was the consistency of it, the regularity of it, the endorphins, the feeling of accomplishment, the being outside, like all that kind of thing. And I'm really missing it. And I know that it's that because this weekend I went out with my sister. So like got dressed up in like a fancy outfit and I didn't struggle to choose an outfit. I felt really, really good. I felt really confident in what I was wearing. And the same when I went to the work summer party. And if you've seen my last few Vlogmases, you'll know the anxiety I get about the work party and what I'm gonna wear. But I was just like, no, I love this outfit. I bought this new embroidered cardigan thing, which I felt really nice in and trendy and it felt appropriate. And I just feel fine about my body, like in the way that it looks. I just feel like the insides feel blur. And that makes sense because I've not been prioritizing the things I know make me feel good. This is not me telling you that I think you should do this. No one should copy what I do. No one should copy what anybody else does. But I have learned over the past few years what it is that makes me feel my personal best. And I've not been doing those things. I've also not like completely swung the other way. I've not been like, you know, living off Haribo and like barely moving my body at all. I still have a reasonably active lifestyle, like doing school run itself, that's like 2K walk a day. That's great. But I know the levels that I personally need to feel good. And I'm just like standing here, I'm supposed to be doing stuff. I was saying at the end of the last vlog how I felt I've been putting a certain amount of pressure on myself to achieve certain things when it comes to my health and fitness, and it's been like killing the motivation for it, and that is absolutely true. But I now feel like there's a balance between not forcing myself to smash a PB in the gym 10 times a week and not having any kind of plan in place. There's an in between. Like, I need to find that middle point where I'm feeling motivated and happy, but I'm not like doing my mental health dirty. Speaking of which, I did it. I broke up with my therapist. I did it last week. I said, therapist, it's over. This relationship has come to it. No, not so many words. I said to her that I feel like I'm ready to stop now, either whether that's taking a break or stopping completely, I don't know, we'll see how I feel. And she was like, yeah, I know, we've known for a while, but it needed to come from you, it needed to be your decision, and I've got one more session with her tomorrow, kind of like exit interview type thing. But yeah, I'm a fully fledged grown up, and I think for the first time in my life I feel like an actual grown up, which is awesome. So went to yoga was great. Loved it, practically skipped in there. The word that came to me this week, last week the word that came to me was trust. Right at the end, where you just sit and you like reconnect with your body and your mind, and you think, how was I feeling when I arrived? How am I feeling now? How has that changed? Where am I at? I find a word just presents itself in my brain, and last week it was trust. This week it was peace. It just came out of nowhere. I just thought, peace. And I did have one single tear again, but again, it didn't feel connected to emotion. We did a lot of hips and this kind of area today, and I have little to no flexibility in my hips. I have ridiculously tight hips. I've got lower back issues from pregnancy, which I'm starting to feel. That's another red flag for me, that I need to get back into the gym and to be doing minimum my physio prescribed exercises to support my lower back issues. But I could really feel it today, and I can't just, my hips are like so tight, I get like very little out of them. And they do say hip things can release tears as well. But yeah, it felt really, really good. I've got an extra session this week, yay! Because I missed my first one, I was able to rebook that one, and I'm going on Thursday, and it's a hatha yoga class, which is very different to what I'm doing now. I've done hatha before, and even though during the bad times when I was trying to be like a yoga person, but it was just triggering me unbelievably, the one class I found I could manage was hatha. It's like super beginner, super relaxing, really gentle, just like beautiful. And I think after having quite a big conversation with Mr. Penrose a week or two ago, when I was still kind of like coming back down to earth after the holidays, and I was still quite overstimulated and quite stressed, I was talking about how when I am feeling overwhelmed and like just overdone, it often comes out as anger. And not that I'm feeling angry, he used the term anger, but I now kind of feel like it's not, because I don't feel angry, it's more like short-temperedness and strong reactions to things, like, and yeah, I guess I do get angrier quicker, but I don't necessarily feel angry unless something has happened to make me be angry. Whereas normally I'd be annoyed by it, it's like elevated. And we were talking about how, he was like, have you ever thought about like meditation for that kind of thing? Now we're moving away from yoga, what can we do to kind of just keep our brain exercised, basically? Because therapy for me now is basically like a workout for my brain, and I don't want to lose that. So he was like, meditation. And I've always been terrified of meditation. It's always scared me because I generally don't enjoy being in my own brain. But now I'm thinking it's probably a really good idea. And within yoga, it kind of forces you to do that too. And I definitely did that today. And it definitely has a physically calming effect on my body. I can feel it. And it doesn't just like dissipate and go after the session. It stays with you. So even if, you know, I don't plan to be doing like more than one yoga session a week, because I want to make time for gym and running as well maybe, but I think probably be a good idea for me to like get the Headspace app or something, or just some kind of guided meditation situation a couple of times a week, now therapy's done, to just keep my brain exercised. I need to make lunch because I want to go for a walk before I pick the kids up, because it's a stunning day, and I'm going to make myself a really big, like, full meal lunch. Another thing I've realised, my first thing to go is lunches. They just slip, and it's never enough food. So by 5 o'clock, I'm like picking on stuff that makes me feel like crap. So I'm treating this like I treat my dinner, my evening meal. It's going to be balanced, high protein, loads of like stuff, just like a full meal. And I'm going to cook double, and I'll have it again tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to do like the viral like beef bowl that I've seen. So I'm going to put sweet potatoes in the air fryer. I'm going to fry up some mince I bought like a seasoning, like a beef seasoning thing, just a mix of herbs and spices, no crap in it, and some smoky tomato paste, which is gorgeous, and just cook up the mince. Then have that sweet potato, mince, cottage cheese on top, which is controversial, but I like cottage cheese, and so it ups the protein. And then I've got my kimchi / sauerkraut, and then I'm gonna have rocket as well. So it's gonna be like high protein, fiber from sweet potatoes, really filling, really nourishing, and that should get me through till dinner time, which tonight will be at about 8:15 when Mr. P's back from the gym. So that's the goal. Full meal, not like silly piddly little lunch, because my brain's used to being like, oh, eat as little as possible for lunch. Like, no, I need a full meal, and I'm excited for it. And we're about to run out of space on the memory card. So, see you in a bit.
But why does it feel like home isn't home? I've been in this war too long. It's in the air that I breathe, oh, it's in the trees. It shivers down my spine. It shivers down my spine. I just sing my song as I walk through the gate.
I've been crying, probably. Hello friends, it's Tuesday. It is lunchtime, it's midday. We're halfway through Tuesday, and I have just finished editing what I filmed so far for this vlog. It had been a little bit of a while since I chatted, so I couldn't really remember what I'd said, so I decided to edit. I had my last therapy session this morning, and it was emotional. I was expecting it to be emotional, but it was also just lovely. It was wonderful. I'm probably going to cry about it again. But we just kind of, my therapist had made a load of notes about kind of like her observation of me and how far I've come and what I've achieved, and it was lovely to discuss. And she said she was proud of me and how I had done all this myself. I'm gonna cry again. To which I of course said, well, I could not have done it without you, and I thanked her, and I was telling her about how yesterday in yoga the word peace came to me, and it kind of made, I was just kind of thinking more about the word peace and what it means to me, and how peace, feeling at peace within oneself, for me, I feel like the word peace encompasses all the feelings. It's not just one thing. Feeling at peace within myself means I can take on all the emotions, all the feelings, the happiness, the sadness, the difficult times, the exciting times, the vast array that is what human beings are capable of feeling. I feel like I'm now in a state where I can just comfortably move through that space, that vastness that is our minds and our feelings, and having the confidence and the faith in myself that I can handle everything now. That's the peace I think I'm feeling, that settledness. At the start of my therapy journey, I thought the goal was to be happy all the time, and that is not the goal, because it's not possible. And I found myself at the end of this part of my life not chasing happiness anymore, just chasing, I think, authenticity, and just to be myself and to be happy in that space. And I think I am, and I'm going to stop. I feel like it's a little bit word soup now, but yeah, it was a lovely last session, and it was very emotional. And I just kind of, like I said at the end, like I really feel like it's time that somebody else had the opportunity to have her and to go through what I've been through with her help. It's like, it doesn't feel fair anymore, me taking up this. I mean, I know I'm deserving of the time, but it's somebody else's turn now, I think, to go on the journey, and I can always contact her. I've got her personal number, so even if I just, thing is with BetterHelp is you sign up and it's like a monthly thing, and you can pay per session or a monthly thing, but you have the weekly sessions and there's no other option, which is a little bit annoying. But now I have her contact details, and even if I just need a quick catch up, or if I'm struggling with a particular thing and I just need to talk, like, I can always contact her and have like a one-off private session. Like, she's not gone, and I'm excited to just take on life now. It's the year of challenge. It's the year of scary. That's my word of the year. And this is quite possibly the scariest thing I could do. It doesn't even feel scary. It would be scary for Laura 2 years ago, but not anymore. I had a lovely walk yesterday. It was absolutely perfect. Perfect weather, perfect temperature. It felt so good to be out and about again. I've woken up today though, and my hips are sore from yesterday's yoga. They're definitely feeling a bit tight and a bit sore. So I'm just keeping it super chill today. Spent the morning editing, and I'm going to spend the afternoon writing. I want to get this pattern off to my editor either today or tomorrow. Normally, when I'm doing a pattern, I do like a preliminary pattern, which is just basically a Word document that goes into Google Docs, and then that's what we use for the test. But because this pattern is very, very simple, and it hasn't got loads of different sizes, and it's also going to be a very small private test, because it's an Advent pattern, there won't be a public test call or anything like that. I'll just contact a few people who I think might be interested. It doesn't need to be a big test. I only need a few people just to go through the pattern, really. I'm just going to go straight to final format, because that saves a lot of time, and also if I do need to make changes during the test, it's very easy for me to just do it and then email out the fresh copy to people. It doesn't need to be that constant updating as there is when there's like a garment with multiple sizes and all this kind of stuff. So I'm keen to get that going today, because the Advents go out in October and I need to get it done. Really need to. But that's going to be the focus for this afternoon. I'm just kind of chilling out and working at home and remaining cozy. I've got my big jumper on and my fluffy blanket, and I'm about to make another cup of tea. And do you know what? Do I want a hot water bottle? Is it time? No, it's probably not time for a hot water bottle. It's only 14 degrees. I might save that for this evening. Haven't put the heating on yet. I refuse. Though it was very chilly this morning. It was 4 degrees and it was beautiful. I'm getting to that time now where I'm feeling the urge to get up earlier in the morning. I'm like the opposite of most people. Most people are like up early in the summer because the sun is up. I'm like, no, I want to get up when it's dark and there's nobody else around, and I can sit and be cozy for half an hour before we start all the school stuff. Woke up late today. It was a bit of a mad rush. I forgot Penny's backpack and had to take it in after the school run. It was just all a bit much, so I'm finding myself craving that. I want to get up half an hour before the kids and just start my day quiet and calm in the dark. Anyway, just thought I'd quickly show you I've made some progress on my little bonnet for Penny. I finished the kind of main body of it last night and seamed up the back, and then I've added the I-cord to the front, like the face hole, and then I'm adding the I-cord to the bottom, and then we'll make the little ties. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it, but this is the Hector's bonnet by Rust Knitwear. It is my favourite baby bonnet pattern. I just love it. It's everything I love. This is the biggest size, by the way. This is 6 to 8, and it's from preemie all the way up to 6 to 8. There are so many sizes. The pattern has a balaclava version as well, so it's like 2 in 1, but it's just so satisfying. It's garter stitch, it's short rows, it's I-cord. It's all my favourite things, and so quick to knit. I did the 3-month size and knit it in an afternoon/evening, and then the bigger one, again, they don't even take that long. They're just so simple, and I think if I knit enough of these, I'd probably commit it to memory as well. But yeah, if you're looking for a quick, simple, beautiful, kind of like, I think what I like about this is it's like a very traditional garment, but done in quite a nice modern way, I feel, because this little bit at the end, it creates almost like a little like pixie point on the top of the head that's just absolutely adorable. I did make one of these for Penny when she was little, but I then gave it to another friend who had a little girl because it was super cute. But yeah, so that's what I've been knitting on. I still kind of don't really know what I want. I think I'm going to need a midday coffee. That doesn't normally happen. I'm now starting to wonder if I am actually a little bit under the weather and haven't just been singing too much Sabrina Carpenter. So I just think, yeah, general rest is a good idea. But the other thing I wanted to catch up on was my lunch yesterday, my beef bowl. It was all right. I could have seasoned the beef much more, I think. It was a little bland, but the overall combination was really nice. I loved the cottage cheese on top. And that plate I had yesterday was 60 grams of protein, which is mental. And it definitely helped with that kind of afternoon food noise kind of thing. I was like full. I was good. I didn't even really think about food again until later on that afternoon. And I had some fruit. It wasn't because I wanted something sugary and I said, no, I will have fruit. I just realised I hadn't had any melon today. And I love melon. So I had some melon in the afternoon, which was fine. And it also kind of made me, I was kind of thinking about in the afternoon when I find myself kind of reaching for those quick hit sugary snacks. It's partly, I think, to do with hunger when I don't have a big enough lunch, but also at that time of day, it's kind of the time where I'm doing a lot of things that I don't necessarily like have a lot of motivation to do, don't enjoy doing. It's not that I hate it, but it's tricky. Like, that's when I'm like getting the house sorted and the kids are back from school, so I'm like doing snacks and dinner and sorting school bags and washing lunch boxes and folding washing. It's my like the get job done time of day, and I find it boring, so my brain is like seeking those quick hits of dopamine, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to get a quick hit of sugar, but it doesn't work and it doesn't make me feel good and it doesn't get rid of the dopamine. If anything, it makes my brain want more. It's kind of like once I have something sugary, it's like, oh, my brain's like, yay, again. And I don't like being in that place. It's very different to when I consciously choose to have something sweet. For example, last night after I had my dinner, I did a smoked cod with Mediterranean grains and veg and sauerkraut and kimchi again. And afterwards I was like, I feel like having a little bit of pudding. And I had a slice of birthday cake because the fridge is still full of birthday cake. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed every mouthful. I tasted it, I savoured it. It made me feel nice. And afterwards I didn't feel any need to then be like more. Like, you know me, I'm not anti-sugar. I feel like there's room for everything in all diets. It's, you know, about balance and consistency and doing what you can. I'm not like anti-sugar at all. But there's a big difference between that conscious piece of very much enjoyed birthday cake and just trying to get some kind of feeling by eating something sugary. It's two very, very different things, and not something that everyone will struggle with. Not even everyone with ADHD. Like, it, you know, we all seek dopamine in different ways, and our dopamine is satiated by different things for different people. It's just how it is for me. So I'm looking forward to doing another big lunch today. I've got the beef and sweet potato ready to go. I'm probably going to like re-season the beef. I might put it in like a wrap potentially. Oh no, I've got pitters. I might like mix it with some like passata or something and maybe do like some kind of pitta. I don't know. Oh, someone's calling me. Hate it when people call me. Oh. Huh. They hung up before I decided whether to answer or not. If it's important, they will leave a voicemail and I'll call them back. But I'm going to stop chatting. I'm going to go straight into my work now because I'm not hungry from my breakfast yet. Big breakfast. Eggs, sausages, toast, avocado. It was lovely. But yeah, I'm going to stay in my little work zone and yeah, catch up with you in a little while. It's going to be a very chatty vlog, isn't it? Very chatty. I hope you've got your knitting and your cup of tea. New fruit obsession unlocked. Pineapple! I don't know if it's just this pineapple in particular. It's really nice. Perfect ripeness. Super sweet. Still a little bit sour. I'm funny, am I?
Yeah.
So we decided to be naughty today, didn't we, P?
Yes.
What did we skip? We swipped skimming. We skipped swimming. Basically, no one was in the mood for it, were we? No.
Yeah.
You got like 10 grazes.
No, I've got 3.
3 grazes.
I want to show you them.
No.
Why? Shall we check on my clothes?
You can check on your graze if you like. That's looking all right.
Ow.
But yeah, basically P had 3 grazes. And I think we had such a busy weekend that everyone's just a bit tired, a bit moody. I think we have so much going on in the week. Like, you've got ballet tomorrow, then dance and gymnastics on Thursday. And so we wouldn't have had a day off till Friday, so yeah. And it worked out really well actually because I was really starting to get into the flow.
So many clubs.
I was really...
So many clubs.
I was I was really starting to get into the flow.
So many clubs.
Can I please talk now? Your face is still covered in red icing. You look like you've been eating raw meat. Go and wash your face. No? Are you going to school like that tomorrow?
No, I just don't want to wash it right now.
You've got the hiccups. Oh no. Definitely need to calm down. Oh, I've got to do the broccoli. I forgot I was filming. I really got into the flow with my pattern writing, but I also realised that I kind of need to work the second sample before I can really complete the pattern, just because of the nature of it. It's a little unpredictable in like how many rows I'll need. No option but to knit it. Fortunately, it won't take very long, and I'm doing nothing tomorrow, so I will, well, I'm not doing nothing, I've got nothing planned tomorrow, so I will work on it. You're crazy.
You're making me laugh.
I should be able to work to a certain point of it, and then we're all good from there. I can like send the pattern off. So I think as long as it's off by Thursday latest, we should be good to be on track. And then once it's gone off to edit, that's when I will like contact testers and the dyer and all that kind of thing to get that all set up so people can get their yarn. I can actually find people, and that's all good to go as soon as it comes back for edit. So if it was to go into test next week, 2 weeks max, it should be done by mid-October, which is exciting. It's kind of been a really nice way to kind of like, I want to say break the seal. That seems a bit wrong. To like get back into like the designing mindset with a nice simple pattern, and also it having a deadline attached keeps the motivation going for me, because obviously someone's depending on me, so I don't want to let them down. So it's good, I think. My lunch definitely did the trick again. I reduced the amount of beef that I had this time, just because I wasn't like starving hungry. And it was definitely my least favourite part of it. But otherwise, like, I really enjoyed having the lunch to go. I'm really not a meal prepper. I'm also not really a leftovers girly, but I don't mind like having ingredients prepped so I can ultimately change it if I want to. But just having it there ready to go was very, very good. And I think it's probably a good way for me to make sure I'm getting big healthy lunches is if they are prepped in some kind of way, because sometimes the making of it, like today, I didn't even look up from my work until 2 o'clock, and it was just there ready to go so that I could eat it before I did the school run. Yeah? Parenthood. But yeah, I'm finding myself looking forward to dinner now. Like, I actually feel hungry, I actually feel ready for it. Whereas if I've been like kind of snacking and picking throughout the last few hours, I've noticed I never really find myself feeling like that hungry for dinner, and I'm just kind of going through the motions with it. But I'm really looking forward to eating, which is also making me more excited for cooking, which is great. So yeah, to cut a long story short, don't skip lunch.
Going through the motions, I'm dreaming of the ocean as I swim above a riverbed. Life is so fraudulent. Towel off my guilt as I shuffle through the silt. Draw a line in the sand, wonder where I should stand. I don't wanna be the one who's loose with all the bad news. It's not mine to tell. I'm not a vessel, I'm a shell, full of dark matter with just a smattering of a warm glow. It's the only thing I'll let show.
Finally picked up Penny's bonnet again. I'm just doing the first like tie, then the second tie, and then it will be all done ready for her to wear. And it has been chilly of a morn this week, so I thought I would put some rows into the iCord whilst we have a little chat. It is Thursday. It is Thursday afternoon, to be precise, and I was hoping to sit and chat to you guys a lot sooner, but I had the joyous task this afternoon of freeing up space on my laptop because the memory was full and it would not let me edit. And like, I don't even have that much on there. I'm usually pretty rigorous. I like always delete files I don't need, but I'm working on a pretty big video with Mr. Penrose for his latest painting, and the files, because he's like filming for like 30-40 minutes at a time, and then I will pick and select from that and speed up that. Like, they're big files to keep on my computer, and to be honest, I've been meaning to put everything onto a hard drive anyway, just because it's kind of like safer, I think, really, just to have it there and secure in case anything ever happens. Like all my old patterns that I don't really need to access anymore, but obviously need to keep the files, stuff like that. But spent the afternoon doing that. I've been editing. I went to yoga this morning. It was a hatha yoga this time, so very different to what I did on Monday. Very mindful, very chill. It was lovely. Like, still really like connecting with your body and using your muscles and flexibility and all that kind of stuff, but still very much more mindful. And it was lovely. It was really, really nice. I'm honestly considering like signing up for a second yoga class a week, but I'm just going to see how I get on with the first. And then I found out my friend's a Pilates instructor, and I could do pay as you go. So I might give that a little go, see how I feel, because it's super convenient. It's on the way to school run. It's from 2 till 3. It's perfect. Like, I couldn't ask for more. So I might look into that as well. But yeah, I didn't film yesterday. I was just really, well, no, I did film a breakfast, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I really just like locked in yesterday with the pattern. It definitely took longer than anticipated, just because I was like a little rusty, a little out of practice. And when you've got like charts and legends and lots of fiddly little bits like that, it always takes longer than I anticipated, but it's done. I finished my second sample and it's been sent off to my editor, who says she might be able to look at it today, if not tomorrow, which is super exciting, because then I can get the test going and yeah, hopefully have it all set up and good to go. It's going to be weird because I'm not going to be releasing it till December, but it needs to be ready by the end of October because it's part of an advent and they send out hard copies. So, I need to send an invoice. Unrelated, but invoice. Yeah, so it's just been really good to like get back into the swing of the pattern writing and have that sense of completion and achievement, and it's lovely. It's really, really nice. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do next in regards of design. I do have a Christmas hot water bottle design idea that I would like to do, but I don't know, it still feels a little too soon, if I'm honest. Like, we've only just got the pumpkin spice lattes. I might get going with that maybe in a couple of weeks, like early October, have it test, although it would be good to have the pattern ready kind of in November so people can knit it for December. See, I've got to get going on that one. But I think I'm quite looking forward to, for this weekend at least, working on something non-work related. Maybe pick up my Elizabeth blouse because I'd really just like to own it, have it to wear, or I might recast on my Augustine's number 4, which I still very much want to make, or I could cast on a new design idea, because I do have a new design idea. I've been discussing it over on my Patreon this month, asking for feedback and thoughts, and I think I'm settled in what I'm going to do. So I'm quite excited for that, because it's like, it will be quite simple to knit and to write. It will be easy to size up or down. I will probably have to make a little video tutorial for it, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into the world of design. And yeah, we're leaning fully back into autumn winter homeware. It's just where I'm happiest, I think. I'm not saying that I'll never do garments, but I just find the process more enjoyable, if I'm honest, when it's homeware and pieces of fabric rather than fitting to bodies, which again I can do, and if I feel strong enough about the design I will do, but I've started and not completed so many garment designs this year, and I think it's a sign. Anyway, I need to close off this video. I think I have edited so far and I'm at 44 minutes, so it's probably good that I round things up. I know this has kind of been a bit of a like weird random kind of bit of everything vlog, but some weeks I'm just sitting on the sofa and working for most of the week, and that isn't the most exciting thing to film. It is making me really want to sort my office out because it's currently cardboard central in the wake of Jeff's birthday, and I really enjoy working in there, especially when I've got difficult admin tasks, because I can just I just find it so much easier to stay focused than I do if I'm like sat on the sofa. I usually edit on the sofa because that it's kind of like doesn't even really take up that much brain energy, and if I'm like formatting or doing something that doesn't involve maths, I might have the telly on, I don't know. But when it comes to kind of really getting in the zone, the office is the best place for that. So maybe that's what I'll do next week. But I have been having some more thoughts just kind of on where I am feeling, how I'm feeling like about my body, my food and everything, because I know that's kind of been a bit more of the focus this week. I attempted to make protein pancakes yesterday, and I swear I am absolutely cursed when it comes to protein pancakes. I've just never found a recipe that works. I feel like every protein pancake recipe catfishes me, and it's like never works out the way it looks. But I'd never done one with cottage cheese, so that's what I did yesterday. And even though it failed in the pan, which was my fault because it says to put the wet ingredients in the blender first, which I didn't do, and it just did not mix properly. And by the time I got it in the pan, I realised half the flour was left in the bottom of the blender, and it just didn't work out. I put it in like a tin and baked it in the air fryer like a cake, and it was great. Like the texture was like full on like cake. I still don't fully get it because it's just like ground up oats. Didn't taste like porridge, didn't have that like rubbery, stodgy, baked oat vibe, which is fine if that's what you want, but it's not what I want from like a pancake. But it was very salty because my cottage cheese was salted. Now I'm sure you can get cottage cheese without salt, but even then, with some honey and bananas on the side and Greek yogurt, I actually really enjoyed the kind of like sweet and salty vibe. Like it was quite nice, but I do think it would be better off with less salt or adding something sweet to the mix, because there was nothing to sweeten the mix at all. I would probably add like honey or maple syrup or something like that. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do with that in the future is just make it as a cake, but I might double the recipe and put it in a cake tin and then cut it into 4, because the recipe I made was for 2 and I ended up having about half the mixture, and I was full. I was so full, and it was a really good amount of protein, and most of all, like I enjoyed it. It was nice. Felt like I was having cake for breakfast. It was fab and really high protein. So I'll leave the recipe below for that one. But yeah, I'm not sure it necessarily works in a pan, but maybe if you'd integrated the flour better than I had, it would have done. I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling like physically a lot better than I was at the beginning of the week. I've also realised that I was really not drinking enough water, and I haven't drunk enough water today. But something else I've been kind of quite conscious of is making sure I'm drinking enough water, because I think that also contributes to my kind of bloaty, sluggish feeling when I'm just not drinking enough. I find it much easier to drink water in the summer, obviously, because it's hot. And when I was exercising more, of course, I was naturally more thirsty. But in the winter, I do drink more tea, more like herbal tea. I don't really drink normal like breakfast tea with milk and sugar and stuff like that. It's never really been my vibe. But I have been drinking a lot more tea. I go from like 1 cup of tea a day to like 3 cups of herbal tea a day. So that, again, is water. So when I've been like milling about in the afternoon, like when I get back from the school run, when I would normally start feeling like, oh, I need the dopamine hit, I need to get picky, I need to like, blah, 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 that moment, I've been like, kettle on, herbal tea, beautiful. And it's not like I'm trying to replace anything or say I can't have that, I'll have a herbal tea instead. I genuinely want the herbal tea and I'm enjoying it, and ultimately if I still want something tasty or sweet or something, I maybe, but I've definitely found having the big high protein lunch is just making afternoons so much easier for me mentally, and I've been enjoying my dinner more because I've not like been just generally grazing all afternoon, and therefore I'm not that hungry for tea. So yeah, I definitely think the key is in the lunch. for sure, which is next on my agenda, because I have kind of had a weird picky morning because I had yoga at 9:30, so I didn't have time to make a proper breakfast before. Neither did I want a proper breakfast. I just had a banana and a boiled egg, which is my kind of go-to, eat something before I work out. Don't want a full meal, but I don't want an empty stomach, so banana and a boiled egg. Sorted. And then I went to the bakery on the way home to get a coffee, and they had these lovely like apple topped oat bars, kind of like a flapjack but without the golden syrup. So that felt pretty good, pretty breakfasty, and definitely kept me going through my morning of really boring computer work. But I've got leftover chicken from last night. I think I'm probably going to have I think I'm going to have a pitta. If you're looking, by the way, for a super processed, millions of ingredients bread product, wholemeal pittas, be careful. Warburtons are full of rubbish, but like the Sainsbury's or just any own brand wholemeal pittas, if you look at the ingredients, it's normally just flour, water, salt, and that's it, because pittas haven't got that soft spongy texture that a lot of ultra processed ingredients are put in for. They don't need them as much. So actually, if you just want a quick easy bread product, wholemeal pittas, really, really good. I need to put mine in the freezer though, because I don't eat them quick enough. But yeah, I'm going to do like chicken. I might do almost like a New York deli kind of thing, maybe, and do like chicken, sauerkraut, maybe some have I got some pickles? I should get pickles if I don't. Maybe a bit of ham, rocket, that kind of like deli New York vibe. Sounds good, doesn't it? And then some fruit. I need to replace the battery in my fire detector, smoke detector, alarm thing. I need to drink some water because I'm thirsty. Anyway, I am going to round this off here. I don't know what we're doing next week in regards to videos, but what I do know is I think I'm going to film a cheeky bonus video for September. It's going to be like a sit down, chatty, knitting focused video where I'm going to talk about a specific subject, knitting related, talk about some plans, talk about some yarn, talk about some patterns. And it's just something I really, really want to do. And I think it'd be nice. And it's the right time of year for it. And it's also going to be good for me to order some thoughts. So keep an eye out for a little cheeky bonus video at some point soon. I don't think I'm going to do it instead of a vlog. Or maybe I should just do it instead of a vlog. That would make a lot more sense. Oh, but I like vlogging. I'm really, really enjoying just the weekly vlog. I really missed it last week. It felt a bit strange without it. So, yeah. No, I'm going to do the Brucey bonus. Do it as a bonus, I think. Or at least film it. And then if I don't get around to vlogging next week, or if the video is like a bit, then we've got one in reserve. But yes, I hope you have all had a really lovely week. I hope that you can find some time for yourself this week or this weekend and just, do a little something for your brain, whether that is trying a yoga class or just doing like a little online YouTube yoga-y thing. If you're like hearing me talk about it and maybe want to give it a go, do a YouTube thing if you can find a quiet moment, or go for a walk. I think I might go for a walk after my lunch because it's glorious today. Or even get up 10 minutes earlier. Yesterday I got up half an hour earlier. Something woke me up and I thought, well, there's no point me going back to sleep for half an hour because I just feel groggy. So I got up and just spent half an hour of quiet on the sofa in the morning with a cup of coffee, decaf because I hadn't eaten yet, and I just remembered what it was like to start my day with that quiet and to get that kind of morning groggy feeling, like let that pass whilst just being in a calm, quiet space, rather than experiencing that morning grogginess whilst I'm also trying to make the breakfast, pack the bags, get the kids ready, get myself ready. Just that quiet start to the day meant that for the rest of our crazy morning, I was just so much calmer. I had more patience. I was just generally happier. We left for school on time and it was just generally so much nicer. I didn't manage it this morning, so I was a little tired, but that is definitely a goal. So I encourage you, try and do one of those things this week and see if it helps you feel a little bit better if you're not feeling great. And don't forget to drink your water and eat your lunch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new around here, if this is one of my first videos you've seen, I'd love it if you join the family by subscribing or leave me a comment saying hi. I always keep up with my comments. I try and reply to as many as I can. Obviously, I can't reply to all of them, but I read them all. I heart them. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.